Welcome to TFO Canada's webinar session of today. Today we have the session which is entitled Introducing TFO Canada Online Services. We appreciate your attendance, your participation in this webinar. We have some instructions for you. Well, first, please mute your mics when you enter the session. For this session to be fluent for the speaker. In this case, the speaker is Marisabel Gonzalez. The presentation will take around 45 minutes. It's around an hour session, and we will have a final time period for questions and answers between 9:45 and 10. Please hold all questions until after the presentation is over. Also, if you have any technical issues, you can chat me. I am a host of this webinar, so you can send me a private message if you have any technical issues. Also, we will share a survey, a very small survey with just 3 questions. So we appreciate if you can complete this survey. For us, it's very important your feedback regarding this session. And with no more, I will introduce Marisabel Gonzalez. She is the program director for Latin America and for the Trade Support Services area at TFO Canada. So I will stop sharing the screen with the introduction, and I will let Marisabel to start explaining and presenting this session. Marisabel, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you so much. First of all, welcome all. I'm very happy and excited to see so many people, so many SMEs representatives and trade support institutions representatives from around the world. I'm very happy to be able to deliver our first webinar introducing you guys the new website. Carlos, can we see the screen? Just confirm.
Give me some minutes. We come back.
Yes, we can see the screen.
Thank you. And I will appreciate if everyone and mute their microphones so we can also
I just want to be
move here. Okay, so as most of you know, we launched the new website, the new TFO Canada website last December. And in the last months, the team, the Trade Support Services team, have been working very hard to identify and fix functionality issues. It has been a long process, very detailed process, because we want to ensure that you as clients, our clients, get the best way, the information, and be able to find that information and tools in an efficient way. The objectives of today's section is to show you and walk you through the key sections of the website. And especially because I'm aware that all of you are registered with us, otherwise you wouldn't be attending this webinar. I'd like to go through the registration process for the benefit of the trade support institutions that are attending, to enable them to offer, to be able to provide guidance to the SMEs on how to properly register with us. So let's start the session. It will take around 40-45 minutes, and then we will open the floor for Q&A. Please hold your questions until the end of the sessions. I'll write it down in the chat, and I will be very happy to answer them. So as you all can see, the website, this is the landing page. The website comes in three languages, so English, French, and Spanish. Our main clients are 3. Exporters, you guys, SME exporters from developing countries, the support agency or trade support institutions, as we call it internally, and on the Canadian side, we have our importers, the Canadian importers. So 3 clients that we work with. For the exporters and the trade support institutions, we offer the services in English, French, and Spanish. For the importers, we offer the services in English and French. Okay, so basically, you see we have the sections that I will go through after, the exporter support agencies. We have different subsections, key information for you guys to learn from ready to export to go to market access activities. We also offer information to the importers to educate them on different markets around the world and to work with SMEs from developing countries. We have another section that is more specific regarding to our services and what we offer to you. And also we have our global impact report. But first, let's go through the registration process briefly, because it's important for you to understand how it works, why it's so key to complete the 3 steps of the registration process. Is on your benefit. So let's go around quickly. So as you can see, we have the 3 clients identified here to register. So if you're an exporter, an SME exporter, you register an SME exporter. If you are a trade support institution, you will be registered as a trade support agency or institution. If you're a buyer, Canadian buyer, you will be registered as a Canadian buyer. Okay, so there are 3 steps here. Very brief, it won't take too long. We offered 2 types of services to different level of export readiness of SME in the SMEs. If you are a company that, let's say, want to learn how to export, okay, you can register with us and you will have access to the online information and tools that we have available on the website, okay? If you're a company that has already some knowledge on how to export, you have your product ready, you cover the domestic market, and you see Canada as your target market to export, you can register with us and you will have access not only to basic information on how to export, but more technical information about the Canadian market. And we're going to go through this later. Basically technical like standards, regulations, packaging, labeling, all this type of important information for you to enter the Canadian market. The difference in the second service that we offer, which is called the online matchmaking services, is coming when the company has export experience. If you are a company that have export experience more than 1 year, okay, you are entitled to the online matchmaking services that we offer. How does this work? Okay, this online promotion works in the following way. You are going to register, complete your step 1 that I'm going to show you in a minute. Then you will be complete step 2 because you need to add the export offer of your company. This is going to go to the manager of the database in our office. That person will approve your registration, will approve the registration of the export offer. This information will be gathered at the back end of the website, and every end of the month, every month, could you please mute the microphone, one of the companies? Please leave briefly.
Please mute. Please mute.
Maybe you can do it, Carlos, on your
Yes,
end.
I was trying to do it. Yes.
Thank you. So once you are registered and your export offer is approved.
Let me see, because I cannot do that.
Okay.
Yes.
The system will be able to gather this information, and we will promote your export offer to the database of Canadian importers in a publication that we prepare every month that is called Import Info. And I show you later how it looks. So let's say you are company X from Africa, from Nigeria, for example. You register with us, you have export experience, you have an export offer, you complete all the steps, the 3 steps of the registration. It is approved internally. Your export offer will be promoted to the Canadian buyers once a month in our publication. But not only that, if your come in and visit your profile and update any information on that export offer, we will promote it again, the updated information. So we do have an online promotion for those companies that have export experience and at least 1 year export experience. Okay, so let's go quickly now. Okay, through one success story that I want to show you of how a company that completed the 3 steps was contacted by a Canadian buyer, and that person was able to sell and is selling since 2017 to Canadian buyers. So I show you is one of the success story. This gentleman, Elio Ortiz, is from Dominican Republic. He's a fresh vegetables exporter, and he completed his profile on the website, and his export offers was promoted in the import info. That's the way that one Canadian importer contacted him, and they agree, and they are being in business in 2017, and his business has been increasing with the years. So that's why I encourage you guys. This is one of the success stories we have, online matchmaking results in beneficial Dominican exporter. So you can be the next one that could benefit from our online matchmaking service, but keep in mind, you have to complete all the registration process. So let's go quickly over the steps of the registration process. And I want you to, I know all of them, maybe all of you, maybe already completed the step 1, but I encourage you after this session to complete section 2 and 3 to finish that profile, because this is it. We do have different SMEs exporters. You can have your own beautiful website in English or French. You are able to update it. You don't need maybe to have a profile with us. But for most of the SMEs that we work with, those SMEs, sometimes they lack the financial resources and the human resources to be able to produce a complete website. So see this company profile, this registration as your website for the Canadian market. See it as a tool for you to promote whatever your product is for the Canadian market, for the Canadian buyers. That's how I see it, especially for those SMEs with limited resources. So this is the company profile. You all know because you all completed this step. It's basically the company details, the organization details, your primary contact about the company, okay, your certifications. Basically, it's general information, the corporate social responsibilities, activities. And here is where it comes, the question. Do you have a support experience or you don't have? If you don't have export experience, you let us know how you heard from us. Are you part of one of the projects? Did you hear from us from someone from a trade support institutions? Did you find us in your research, doing some research? We want to hear how you learn about us. You complete your step and you will be able to access all the online information. When we go back here to the export experience, if you do have export experience, there are a couple of few questions, extra questions that is important for you to complete, and I'm gonna show you why. Okay, basically is what year you started exporting, where were your products and destinations, okay, and what year. Do you export to Canada? Yes or no? If you say no, that's fine. You still have export experience. If no, if you have export to Canada, yes, we ask you a few more questions about who is the person you work with in Canada and how about your experience exporting to Canada, okay? So then you submit your first step, and I encourage you to continue then after to submit if you have export experience, if you have the export offer or the product ready, to complete step 2. The step 2 is basically the information of the product and service that you want to export or offer. So it's important to have the HS code, the 6 digits, to provide some information about your price. You can do it by range. You don't need to be specific if you are very careful to disclose this information. You would like to provide your annual production, your annual export capacity, which is not the same, and some description, and then submit this step 2. The step 3 is mostly the promotional part. You can upload presentations, brochures, images of your product. This will give a better exposure to the buyer who visits your profile. We are working now towards in the next couple of months to change this the way we are registered the processes right now, because we are aware that now you need to complete one step to be able to go to the second. So one of the functionality issues that we want to address here is that you complete step 1, and if you have export experience, you can continue your registration until you complete step 3. Sorry. Right now, you're not able to do it. It seems that you're able to do it by steps, which is a little bit a hazard here, but we're trying to fix this in the next couple of months, so to ease this process of registration. So why is it important to complete these 3 steps? I show you 3 examples, one from each region that we work with. Why it's important and what the buyer sees when they come and search in the supplier database that we provide. So if I go to the importer session, okay, and we open the importer, we have a chance, the opportunity to look for a product in a country, in a region that they're interested to import, okay? So let's say I'm a buyer in the agro-food sector. I want to import healthy snacks from Colombia, okay? So this is my first example. So I'm the buyer, I'm the Canadian buyer. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna select food products. I'm going to select Colombia as the country I want to look for. And I found 52 providers or exporters registered on the website. This little seal, this little logo is just a proof that the company was part of or beneficiary of one of our projects, as have been trained in the Canadian market. So I want to show you now one good registration, one good profile, para Snacks. So this is how a buyer will see your information. This is step 1, okay? Description of the company, contact information, quick facts of the company. This is what you completed in step 1. That's easy, that's fast, you submit it. For those that already submitted, it should be there. Then the second part, if you have the export experience and the product offer, here is when start to look for reflect. You have the snacks, this destination, the market, the value, the year when they export. Have you this company has not export to Canada, is working on that. Of course, it doesn't have representative of Canada. That's fine. It's okay, but still export to the United States. Then this is the second step of the registration, where you see the information of the product, the HS code, the price, the annual production, the annual export capacity, the list of the products this company offers, and then we have the nice images. Okay, remember, this is important to capture the buyer attention. So this is one example in processed food of a nice profile, of a nice way to promote the product to interested buyers. So I'm gonna go back to a second example, and this example is from Morocco. So I'm a buyer from Morocco, from Canada, and I wanna look for from some juices from Morocco. So same here, I'm gonna go to food, products. I'm going to go and find the country, okay? And this is, keep in mind, I'm a buyer, okay? So this is what I'm doing. So basically, I'm going to find Morocco and see if, okay, let's see. We have 26 companies registered from Morocco, and agro-juice processing is a good example of the same type of registration. This is in French. So we have the description of the company, the contact information, the first step, the second step, she's reflecting here, or he's reflected where they are exporting. This company has export experience to Canada in 2016. And they even name who they exported to. This is very good because for a new buyer, it says that, okay, they already have experience dealing with Canadian buyers. Here's the second step, all the description and the information needed for the product, and then you have the galley. So this is an example from a Moroccan company. And last but not least, I'd like to just show you an example from a sample from Asia, Bangladesh, in a different sector, which is the home decor sector. Okay, so let's go to Bangladesh and find another example of a very good profile that that company did. Is 25. There we have 25 companies registered with us. Jutmar and Kraft in Bangladesh is one company that did a good homework, completed the profile and has been trained and part of a TFO Canada project. So basically you will see again the fashion accessories, the product profile, okay? You see the gallery. So this is what the buyer sees. This is what the buyer, encourage the buyer to go and contact that person that is in the profile. It is important for you not only to create the profile, but also to update it at least twice a year. If you make changes, if you have a new product, please, I invite you to come and add those products, update the information that you have. If you get certain new certifications, this will be promoted to the buyers. And this, as I said before, will serve you as the way that you promote your products. It could be your mini website on the for you in the Canadian market. So now I'm gonna go and check and show you guys the key subsections that we have here. And for that, I have to enter with my demo account. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to enter and be able to show you the password protected information that you have access right now. So you see I'm in. So right now I would like to go to the most important section for this webinar, which is the Exporter or Support Agency. So if you see, we have different sections here, ready to export. Those are for every company. I mean, one that want to learn about the export process, another company that maybe they already exported, but they need to improve their planning and the logistics. We offer also a market research, how to do market research for the markets you want to enter. This is general. I mean, learning how to export, learning how to make a good market research is in general for all the markets, not necessarily only for the Canadian markets. We have a frequently asked questions that I want to show you because I know it's of interest for you guys, and our Export to Canada newsletter publication. So let's go to this section right now. Let's see. So briefly, as I said, ready to export, we offer information and tools. We offer a guide of how you can prepare yourself to planning to export, to coordinate logistics. Okay, so this is important that you assess your export readiness, you plan your export process, and then we provide an export plan template that you can use. Exporting is already challenging for SMEs from developing countries. And it's even more challenge if you don't plan. So let's make the pain a little bit less painful and plan. It's important for you to plan, guys, to plan ahead, especially in this uncertainty, with this uncertainty regarding COVID-19, the transportation and the supply chain issues. You need to be prepared. You need to mitigate risk. How you do this? You need to plan. So this section provides all the necessary tools for you to plan, to be able to mitigate risk, to be able to follow and coordinate something ahead with the buyer. Market entry is the second section. So in this, you will have topics like labeling, okay? Moving your product, transportation and logistics, packaging, standards information, tariffs and related information. So here we offer you general information to prepare, okay, in general, okay? Packaging, standards information, how to learn this in other markets and especially in the Canadian market. As you see, I can have access to this because right now I am in my account. So this is the market research. The market research section is basically how to conduct this process, the methods that you need to use in order to get to know the market, because you would like to export to Canada, but maybe and after doing this exercise, Canada won't be the right market for you. Instead, it will be a regional market, something closer, or maybe another international market in Europe, in the Middle East. This type of process methodology will help you to plan and get to know the market and know if it's the right fit for your company. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so let's go back to the next section. So we have a client country. Here we have a key information about the countries we work with, especially if we have free trade agreements with them, if we do have the leaks developed country treatment, the preferential treatment. So it's basically to educate you if you're going to go and get to learn more about a country in your region, you can have some information. And also in this, we also offer some information about, let's say, Bangladesh, let's see, the diplomatic mission and the consular offices in Canada. You see trade agreements, they are part of the least developed countries duty free, and they will take you to that, this link to that website in the Canadian government and the general preferential tariffs. So the whole idea is to educate you guys what are your benefits in the Canadian market as exporters. So let's go back to the main section and try now to go to the next one. The next one we already visited as an importer. You have access here too. This is basically because in this section is the exporters and the trade support institutions. So if you are a trade support institutions from Guatemala or from Peru, you can come here and visit and see how many companies from your country are registered with us and what companies have been part of our project. So that's to help you. The frequent questions is an important section in this. Basically, and it will answer many of your questions, I believe. How do I find buyers in Canada? So if you open each link, it will get you through more detailed information, okay? What are the usual methods of payment when dealing with Canadian buyers? How can I check into buyer history? So we offer key information. We guide you where to go. Remember, we are a trade facilitation office. Our role is to guide you, to show you where to go, where to get the best information so you can plan to export, or where you have a difficulty or a challenge, where you can go to try to find information to solve the challenge or to solve the problem. Okay, so here is can I check into a buyer history? Where are the trade shows in Canada for byproduct? this information about the custom tariff for your product. Also very detailed information about labeling and packaging for your product in Canada. Okay, restrictions, how you find if your product is allowed in Canada or no. You go to this section and check. There are links that take you to the government agency in Canada to get more information. English and French are essential language. So in your company, if you don't speak one of these languages, you need to have one person, especially the person that works with exports and trade. They need to either speak English or speak French. So this is the exporter or support agencies. When we go to the importers section, okay, what do we offer the importer in French and English? Because they are in Canada. We try to educate the importer on how to import from developing countries, okay? The Canadian importer is still a very conservative person that likes to develop long-term relationship with one supplier. Our role here is say, okay, yes, your supplier from Mexico is good, but here I have another one from Ghana that could be as reliable, and you can establish a good relationship. So our role is also to educate those importers in how to import from developing countries. So that's why you see here we have two sections, and we develop even a guide for new SME importers, because now with the diaspora and the immigration, we have there is a trend of new importers in Canada trying to bring those nostalgic and ethnic products from their countries. This is the same section that I explained to you already in the exporter section. And for the importers, we also offer more detailed information about the foreign representatives in Canada, especially those trade officers that are in consulates and embassies accredited in Canada. Here they have the same tool that I already showed you, how to find exporters from different world countries and is in different sectors. They have an ask question section also for them. We also feature for them the success stories. Why? It's important that they learn, as well as you learn that there are many, many companies coming with us that have been successful in exporting to Canada. Okay, entering, following the training, following regulations. So here you will learn from them their testimonies, their example of how they did to be able to enter the Canadian market under our projects. Let's go to learn more section. Okay, the learn more section, okay, has events. The events that we promote are events that all the trade shows in Canada that are of interest to buyers, where the American and Canadian buyers, they go and visit. So that's what we promote. We also promote international events, events that are taking place. It could be in Vietnam, it could be in Mexico, it could be in Nigeria, that are of interest, and we can attract Canadian buyers to go. So we try to work with the trade support institutions to promote those events on our international events section here. We also have the webinars. So let me show you. Basically, you can find, you were asking before about, can we find the recordings? Yeah, we're gonna send the recording of this session to you, but you can also find it here. So all the webinars that we have delivered in the past, we have it here, and we have the recording. So you can see right now that COVID-19 is mentioned in mostly of the last 2 years webinars in the different sectors, Canadian import sectors, but this is important for us to educate you guys and to keep you updated of what's happening in the Canadian import market in the different sectors with the pandemic, okay? So feel free to visit one of our webinars to listen to the recordings. Some of them are in French and Spanish. We're trying always to keep A balance here is not only English. We're looking at the English ones, but if you go to the Spanish and French, you will find also that we have those some webinars, this or maybe the same webinars in those languages. Our section about services, we just provide services to everybody. We just, it's just some information about our capacity building and market access services that I invite you to get to know. This is mostly what we work with under our projects. This section is important for you, and this is password protected. We offer more than 21 sector market entry information, market information papers, I'm sorry, market information papers by sector. So basically you have the opportunity here to visit the sector, the market information in the sector you're working with, and get more detailed information on how this import market is behaving, the trends, the regulations. So I'll show you two examples briefly, okay? The first one is we're going to visit our guide that with all these market information papers and guides, we update them out every 2 years. We do our best to keep them updated for you. So the Canadian Market Access Guide, and this is not the one, I'm just trying to see where I have. Let me find the Canadian Market Access and trying to get it for you. That was, yes?
Yes, I think you can scroll down.
It's down, eh?
Yes, I think so. Yes,
Okay.
to the left. Yes.
Okay, you know
Access
this by
Canada.
heart, Carlos. Okay, thank you. So this is the guide that we updated in 2020. Okay, so basically, I call this the Bible. Okay, every SME that registered with us should have access to this guide. It's in English, Spanish, and French. We offer all the information about the Canadian market, okay, import market. And Carlos, please let me know if you're able to see my screen now that I'm opening
Yes,
yeah,
I
okay.
can see the report.
So basically, this is the content, okay? I just quickly want to show you what we cover here, why export to Canada, okay? We talked about the Canadian import market. You can see that COVID-19 is already included in our analysis. We talk about different regional markets, okay? Most important, so you learn a little bit that not all the province exporting to Canada is not the same for every province. So that's the whole idea. We learn about, you learn about some cross-cutting themes that are important now for the inclusive trade that we promote. Corporate social responsibilities is one of them, as well as environment and climate change. We talk about market entry strategy, the import requirements in Canada, okay? How is the Canadian trade system, transportation, logistics? So I invite you guys to see this, to work on this, because it's important for you to learn about this whole import market. But and now because I have, I'm sorry, I will have to go back here because the problem is I have the banner that is blocking me the view. So, but if you are an exporter, let's say in the manufactured food, okay, let's talk about the manufactured food here. Okay, we have updated the market information paper just recently in 2021 regarding this specific sector. So you basically, we find the same content that I show you in the guide, the Access to Canada guide, in this, but customized to the Canadian, this specific Canadian sector. So you learned about regulations, standards, certifications, where to buy, to find buyers in this specific sector. So that's why it's so important for you to get access to these two types of guides, the guide for Access to Canada, the guide on the specific sector, and there are all other guides that you could find and learn about how we see climate change and environment in trade, how it's important to have corporate social responsibilities in your practices in order to export to Canada. So these are things that will contribute to prepare you to the Canadian market. So here we already went through the success stories. I invite you to visit them to learn how these people, how these companies were successful. We have also a section for partners that is important for you to visit to know where we're working with and what places are we working with and with partners, what partners are working with us. And the frequently asked question is the same one that you have in the supporter and support agencies section. I believe, Carlos, you want to now, before I finish my presentation, you are going to stop sharing. And Carlos is going to invite you to fill a quick survey.
That's correct. Thank you, Maria Isabel. Now I'm going to release a poll. So I'm going to launch it right away. So, and you have to complete 3 questions. These are easy questions. So you should be seeing the questions now, and you can respond to them now. You have around 3 minutes to respond them. And we appreciate your answers. These answers are important for us, as they will allow us to have a better understanding on what are the needs of SMEs, of trade support institutions, in order to provide a better service to you.
Great. Oh, this is great for us, really.
Yeah, thank you very much for all your answers. We will give you 30 more seconds. I see some hands up from Olusola and Asan. If you have any questions, you can share these questions in the chat, or you can share them just in when the section of questions.
Can we just unmute ourselves to ask the question, or we need to type it? Do we have to type?
No, you just have there's a box and you just have to click there. It's a multiple choice. These are 3 multiple choice questions. You just have to click on the answers, and that's it. Well, if you don't find them, these boxes, it's okay. And well, I appreciate all your responses, all your participation. We will continue with the presentation. So I will leave the screen to Maria Isabel. Maria Isabel, you can continue.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let's finalize the last section, and then we can, guys, start the Q&A. I will be brief, okay? So getting back to our website, I just wanted to make highlight our last section here, which is our global impact report that I encourage you to visit. So right now we have the impact report 2021, but this week we will have available the most updated version 21-22. Here you can see, and Carlos, please let me know if you're able to see you're able to see?
Yes, I'm able to see.
Thank you. So what we feature here is basically our work around the world, okay? So you will see the different projects we're working with. You will see how many countries we are working with, the total number of trade support institutions we have trained, and the SMEs, the total sales in exports from SMEs that have participated in market access activities with us. So it's a nice and very light reading. If you want to learn more about what we do, where we are, here, this is our online services that we have just been explaining to you, our website, the total offer, export offers that we have. We also disaggregate this by women exporters. It's important for us. So I invite you guys to have a look to the new one that is coming up this week. And with this, I will finalize my presentation and open the floor to your questions. So why don't we go, I'm gonna scroll back and see when the questions start. Okay, let's see if I'm starting here. And there is a question from Sulayat. Say, I have filled the form before, can I fill it again? You can enter the your profile with your account information and update whatever you need to update. Any steps, complete any steps. So just go with your account information, complete or make the changes you need to make for to your registration. And as I said, I know right now it's a little bit difficult. You have to finish step 1 to do step 2, but please be patient. We're going to try to fix this problem in the coming months. But by the moment, just do it by step, okay? You can fill the 3 sections, Sulayat, so that's fine. The presentation, is a recording, and we're going to share with the participants. Carlos will share it after we finish this presentation. I think that TFO Canada, Trade Facilitation Office Canada. Thank you, Janine, for clarify that. How do I find my SA6 code? Well, this is part of the process to how to learning to export. You have to find your HS code. And it depends. I mean, the World Trade Organization has a system, but my best suggestion for you is go to the trade promotion agency in your country to get some guidance on how to be able to assign the right SA6 code, because sometimes if you assign the wrong one, it's going to be a problem. So you need some guidance for the Chamber of Commerce, the trade support institution in your country, to how you properly name your product in trade, because the HS codes are the universal name in trade. So once you baptize, or once you give the name to the code, that code to your product, then after that, every transaction in trade will be dependent on that HS6 code. Carlos, would you like to add anything?
Yes, I would like just to interrupt you. In the registration process, there's a link in the step 2 regarding the products that you have to include. So even I can share maybe my screen just to let you know. Okay, I'm going to share it right away.
Yes.
Just very briefly. So can you share my can you see my screen now?
It's coming up. It's coming up.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you are now.
Yeah. So we will scroll down. We will go to step 2. That is focused on products. So when we scroll down, we go to step 2, we click here. And when it says define the product, there's a section that says HS code, 6 digits. And there's a link here, search for HS6 code. So there's a Canada Post link that will help you to have a general idea on which on the classification of the product. So you can write, it's in French and in English. You can write down here the product, for example, shoes and shirts, and you can click on find, and you will find, like, you can have an idea of which may be the SA code.
For Canada,
the HS code, sorry, the harmonized system code. Yeah. So I will let you continue with the
no, thank you, Carlos. It's good guidance. Remember, I mean, in your preparation to export, you need to have this code. The product needs to have this code to be able to start the export process. If you have any question, very specific question, it's important for you to contact the regional project manager. And then in Africa, we have two, and in Asia and Latin America. So Asia and Middle East, I'm sorry, and Latin America. So those project managers will be able to get back to you with the information you need. Normally we discuss it internally, and we try to say, as I say, we are a trade facilitation office, so we facilitate you with the tools and the needed information, so you can go ahead and do your homework and find the answer. I see a couple of hands raised. Carlos, I don't know if they want to ask the question.
Yes.
I don't mind if they can ask it on my Hassan, Ulusola, and Booker.
Yes, there's a question regarding from Olusola. The box didn't work to type the question. Well, you can ask us the question if you have anyone. At
which box didn't work to type the question?
Yes, I have a question. Good morning, Marisabel. Good morning, everyone. I'm Olushola. I'm actually from Nigeria, but I'm currently in Canada. I sent 2 mail during the week, I think in the last 2 weeks. So my question is this. I am currently here. In 2019, I registered a company here in Canada to bridge the gap between the MSME in Nigeria. I have a product myself, it's a Gary product, I'm a manufacturer, but I want to set up like a hub in Canada to bring my product and bring for other that we've gone through this training together in Nigeria that are MSME and they have their product, so that I can serve like as agent for them. But the COVID-19 and the lockdown really slowed me down a lot. So when I'm registering, I've registered already on the platform, on the TFO website. So if I'm editing anything, on which category should I belong to? Is it the exporter or the MSME? Thank you. That's my question.
Okay. You have 2 roles here. Okay. You are an exporter from Nigeria, but you opening now an agency in Canada. You're a representative and you're opening your business in Canada. That turns you into an importer in Canada.
Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
Exactly. So you have the company or the name of the company you register as a buyer, importer in Canada. If you want to register it, you have to register as an importer.
Okay. That's thank you. Okay. I will follow up with Carlos later.
Yeah, that's fine. Excellent.
Thank you.
What about Hassan, Booker, Amadou?
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Hello, ma'am. My name is Azan. I'm from India. So my question is, like, I'm doing a joint venture with one of the company in India. So
I lost you.
We lost you.
Yeah. Hassan. Okay. So why, while he comes back, maybe Booker, Amadou?
Hello.
Hello, Booker Mokles, no?
Booker, Mokles.
Mokles, oui. I call you from Morocco. Good morning for everybody. Donc, je ne peux pas aller plus loin que ça, en anglais. On est francophone ici au Maroc. Bon, j'essaie d'aller plus loin. On est une société négoce en plantes aromatiques médicinales. On fait tout ce qui est plantes sèches et tout ça, et les dérivés, les extraits, les huiles essentielles, les huiles végétales, les beurres et tout ça. On est négoce, donc on cherche un marché chez nous au Canada. On fait de l'import-export avec l'Europe et tout ça. Bon, je vous demande si c'est possible d'organiser des webinaires pour les francophones, pour que tout le monde en profite. Ça fait un bon moment qu'on attend cette rencontre-là. Malheureusement, je ne sais pas si mon message passe ou pas. Hein?
Okay, voilà. I will leave Carlos to answer this question for you. This is the English webinar, but we do have a French webinar.
Je ne comprends pas grand-chose. je peux pas communiquer. Excusez-moi. Bon. Donc, si on a, ma question, c'était si on peut avoir, c'est si vous pouviez organiser des webinaires pour les francophones.
I'm going to respond. Sorry.
Have you anybody who speak French or Arabic?
Yes. I'm going to speak in English and just briefly in French. We have a French webinar that it's going to be held next week, next Tuesday, 16th at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So it's going to be the same time as today's webinar, but it's going to be in French. Nous allons organiser notre webinaire la semaine prochaine à mardi à 9h l'heure de l'Est.
C'est
la même heure qu'aujourd'hui.
16 août, c'est bien ça, le 16 août.
Okay.
Hein?
Okay. And we will have a Spanish one too.
Donc, next week, merci beaucoup, bonne journée.
Bonne journée.
Bonne continuation.
Okay. Okay, we have chance for maybe 2 or 3 more questions. So why I saw Amadou Niaze, if I'm pronouncing it well, the hand is up.
Yes, hello. My question was similar to Azan.
Okay.
Olu Sola, but I got the answer that I should register as an importer. I initially registered as exporter. Should I create a new account, or is there a way to switch to importer? To importer.
You have the same situation. You open a business as a representative of importer in Canada?
No, I actually have a platform, an e-commerce platform where sellers can have their stores in my platform. It's a kind of multi-vendor platform. So the goal is to market or help those sellers integrate new markets like Canada, US, etc.
Okay, so my recommendation for you is to register as an exporter.
You mean? Okay, as an exporter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's done. But should I be listing all the products on my profile?
It's gonna. I don't think you will have enough space to register all your products, but you would like to register the main ones or the ones that you think it have a capacity or a chance, just to call the attention of the buyer. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Sorry. You mentioned that there are representatives in Africa. How can we reach out to them?
I'm mentioned a representative in Canada.
Oh, I thought there were something like 2 representatives.
Oh, I see. You're talking about the project manager in Africa.
Exactly.
Maybe I don't know if I have Olivier here in the room, but I have the what's the name of the other lady, the new one? Pamela. Pamela, would you mind to write your email address to the people here in the chat so they can connect with you and Olivier maybe? Same with Janine. I don't know if Mahmoud is here from Asia, but if you guys kindly write your email address in the chat and say where the region you cover is, so the exporters can be in contact with you, that will be great. Excellent. Thank you, Pamela. Okay, so I have I see Hassan. Hassan is, I don't know if Hassan is back because we lost him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so would you mind finish your question?
Yes, ma'am. So my question is, can like I have a joint venture with many companies in India. So can we upload multiple products on the website?
Yes, you can. I mean, you can register. It's the same case, I believe, of Amadou. You can register as your company, and then you're not going to be able to upload as thousands, okay? But just be selective and promote and upload those that you think it has potential for the Canadian market. That's your homework, okay? See what are really demanded and have potential in the Canadian market. Okay.
Okay, and ma'am, one more question I have. So, once we register over here, so the buyers, like the importers, if they want to invest with us, they will send us a direct email, right? They will be able to
Yes.
see our information, right?
Yes, they will. What we normally do, and as I mentioned, part of our promotion, online promotion service is if you did a proper registration and it's approved internally, this export offer will go into the publication that we did at the end of, we sent at the end of the month to the importers. And if there is an importer interested in your products, they will contact you directly. So we won't know if you don't tell us your success story after.
All right, got it, ma'am. Thank you, got it.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, one more question. I think Adedeji was the next one. Oh, Adi, I don't know.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, ma?
We're doing fine. And how about you?
I'm good.
How can we help you?
My name is Adedeji. First, I want to thank TFO on behalf of SME from Nigeria, Abuja Chamber of Commerce, for the training you give the women. We really appreciate it. It's a wonderful training. Give us more exposure and more interaction.
Excellent. I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you, ma. Then one thing I wanted to ask you, try to answer from the last two people that asked question, is about not only one product can be uploaded to your platform. If like 3 products can be uploaded to the platform by one company.
Yep. You have the choice to add more and more products in the second step. Yes, you can, as more as you can. Just be aware that it's part of your preparation, and you went through that in the training. Identify the products that have potential and demand in the Canadian market. So, okay, so
good, ma. Thank you.
Okay, this recording will be sent out to you guys, and we will also upload this event on the website and in the website webinar section, so you will be able to have access to it. I would like to ask you if you can turn your cameras on so we can take a shot right now of this section. So those who can before we finished, so we can take a nice shot.
Ma'am, I have a question, one more question. I'm sorry.
Oh, would you mind sending that to Carlos? And so we can.
All right.
That would be good. Okay, so I guess we have quite a few Carlos and a harness for you guys to take our screenshot. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for your participation. I will count 3 and the 3.
Smile.
Smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. Let me see, just verify. Yes. So thank you very much for your participation. We are done with the photo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
See you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Yeah, both.
Thank you.
Thank you.